All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Vern Spring and Richie Joplin on the front row. Nick Sorensen, Eric Stoy have the second row. Jeff Hinkle and Mike Smith on the third row. Brian Oshinska, Brandon Springer on the fourth. Gerald Thanos Poole and Michael Whiting round out your top 10. Kevin Reed starts in 11th. Gourmets in 12th. AJ Gotze in 13th, Larry Fairman in 14th, Rick Sargent starting at 15th, Aaron Mason in 16th, Albie Hewen starts in 17th, Mark Dantuma in 18th, Jared Heasley, a.k.a. Ricky Bobby, in his retirement tour, starts 19th. Hey, good evening, Martin. Oh, yes, and happy birthday to Richie Joplin. It's his 21st birthday of 2024. He can legally drink now. All the drivers getting lined up on the grid, ready to go. 2.66 miles around this very famous high-speed track. Drivers stacked up, ready, here they go, rolling down the front straightaway. 19-car field here tonight. Cody, he really is. It's almost like Richie gets a year older every single day. It's really impressive. This is race 11 of the 14-race regular season. AJ, after two consecutive wins and 3 wins so far this season, is dominating over Mark Dantuma in second. However, Mark Dantuma has started from the back for 11 consecutive races, has passed 161 cars so far. This is also Vern Spring's first pole of the season. Vern missed last week, lost a bunch of spots in the points. Expect to see him fighting his way forward to reclaim those top spots. And the big question tonight, as always, when we come to Talladega, when will we see the big one? And if so, when? Here come the drivers toward the start-finish line. Vern Spring in control. They are in the zone. Green flag is in the air. They are down and away. It is Talladega Nights with BRR. And, of course, Jared Heasley in that Ricky Bobby mini car. Vernon Sorensen quickly get 1-2. Richie Joplin to the bottom, third in line. It will take a lap and a half to get these cars up to full speed here tonight. Michael Whiting looked down the line for just a moment to see if he could move up That outside line is going to need some time to build up the momentum. Sorensen looks to the high side with help from Richie Joplin. Vern Spring down on the bottom, no help. Here comes Oshinska. And Nick Sorensen. Oh, we've got cars sliding. Rick Sargent manages to save it. Pack broke in half for the moment. They'll have to work together to get caught back up. Larry Fairman now ahead of Mark Dantuma. Dantuma sporting a new paint scheme here tonight. Sorensen has the lead, but Jeff Hinkle on the high line moving up. Sorensen will lead this lap. Kevin Reed at the back of the lead pack in 13th. Larry Fairman trying to pull that second pack up. This group needs to get single file to pull back up there. Currently 1.6 seconds back. Cody, no kidding. That was an amazing save by Rick, who was at one point completely sideways. Fairman and Dantuma nose to tail, trying to catch back up to that lead pack. Everybody else side by side. Albie needs to drop down in line. That was definitely not a strategy move. Those guys dropping back. Everybody was trying to avoid Rick Sargent. Rick had one heck of a save, but now they are broken apart. They have got to get hooked up. Mike Smith, Albie Hewins, Rick Sargent, and Jared Heasley now nose to tail as they begin to close back up on Mark and Larry so they can, as a group, pull back up to the lead pack. Lead pack still side by side. They should be able to close that gap fairly quick. Currently 2 seconds behind, but now that back 6 cars all together again. Meanwhile, last time by, Jeff Hinkle leads for the first time tonight, but Stoy right on his bumper. We'll have a competition caution tonight, lap number 25. Several new paint schemes out here tonight as well. Brandon Springer in one of these new paint schemes. Let's see if we can see. Hop in the cockpit of David Garman's paint scheme, because I've seen a couple of cars that match. Apparently a couple of Pinky and the Brain paint schemes, as AJ Godsey is also in a similar paint. AJ back there sporting the same paint, just a different color. Larry Fairman has pulled his group now. They were 2 seconds back, now just 1.25 seconds back and closing. Michael Whining jumps up to the high line, is going to lead that outside line, gets in front of Jeff Hinkle as they begin to try and move that outside. Oh no, Michael Whining gets pulled into the middle. AJ Godsey lets him in. That high line still trying to build some heat in the track to start moving forward. Brian Oshinska currently sits in third place. Oshinska, well known for being a plate track genius. He can find his way to the front, has a bunch of wins at this track. Could we see him get his first ever BRR win here tonight? Larry Fairman has now brought that second pack up here to the front. They are back with the leaders. Jared Heasley now has the fastest lap so far of the race. He is Ricky Bobby. He just wants to go fast. Another car gets stuck in the sucker hole. That is Gerald Thanos Poole dropping back. He finds a spot, slides down to the bottom line. Albie Hewins and Jared Heasley, though, now out of the lead draft, 1.5 seconds back. Fortunately, they will have that competition caution, so they don't have to worry about losing a lap here in the early going. Hey, good evening, Britt. Larry Fairman, the rookie in the field, just set the fastest lap of the night, as he was fighting his way back up into the lead pack. Rick Sargent has now lost touch with everybody. He has no drafting help. Back in 19th, all alone for the moment. Mark Dantuma doing that from the back challenge. Started in 18th, currently 15th. And it looks like for the moment, everybody kind of settling into a rhythm. Not a lot of point in battling here early on, at least before that competition caution. Some drivers just finding their way toward the front just to have track position. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that like, follow, subscribe, and share buttons. It really helps the league out. Plus, when you hit that share button, invite your friends and family. Your favorite driver gets 5 extra horsepower. Sorensen continues to lead, one of the drivers that was in the 24 Hours of Daytona. A lot of these drivers, as we mentioned, are a bit worn out. Richie Joplin also competed. Gerald Poole competed. AJ Godsey was in it. Mark Dantuma also in the 24 Hours, as was Jared Heasley. And hey, if you're watching at home and you competed in it, let us know how your team did. Drivers will not need fuel before the comp caution. However, they will need a fuel stop, at least one stop after that competition caution at lap 25. So we could potentially see green flag pit stops here tonight. That outside line really struggling to build momentum here in the early going. They have got to work together, keep some cars up there, get some rubber laid down, some heat in the track. Hinkle and Stoy on the outside leading that line, trying to fight their way toward the front. So far, the rookie Larry Fairman is the biggest mover of the night, up 5 spots into 9th place. I stand corrected, Larry has 2 previous starts in this season. Just have not seen him since the start of the season. Jeff Hinkle, that outside line closing back up. They are starting to make a little bit of a move toward the front. Now Hinkle even with 4th place Kevin Reed. Albie Hewins, Jared Heasley now 10 seconds behind. Sargent even further back, just waiting on that competition caution to pull the group back together again. They are 3 wide mid-pack. Looks like Eric Stoy is in the wall. He manages to hold on to it. No problems, no caution, but he is going to lose the draft. He's going to have to go get hooked up with Albie and Jared. Everybody else made it through that incident okay. Mike Smith briefly dropping off the back as well. Looks like he may be going to hook up with Eric Stoy. See if they can work their way forward. Not a lot of concern there. 3 wide mid-pack. Oh, close call between Michael Whiting and Kevin Reed. Aaron Mason also in the middle there trying to make his. Wow, big one in turn 2. First caution of the night, lap 18. Jeff Hinkle, Kevin Reed, Mark Dantuma all involved. See if we can see what happened. Hinkle up on the high side. Oh, looked like Kevin Reed just came up a little bit, gets into Michael Whiting, and the cars behind have nowhere to go. AJ Gotze also catching a piece of that, is on pit road. His steering is severely broke. He can't get into his pit stall. AJ having to use his fast repair here in the early going. Michael Whiting's car looks a little bit tore up as well. Maybe seeing him in. So far, AJ Godsey, the only one coming into pit road. AJ is repaired and back out. Rick Sargent will get to pull back up. Jeff Hinkle has yet to come to pit road. Kevin Reed, damage to the front and the right side. And it looks like he is headed in as well. Brandon Springer, David Garman, Jared Heasley, Mark Dantuma, Michael Whiting, all on pit road. Everybody else is going to stay out. Let's see if we can get a word with our third place driver, Brian Oshinska. Hey, Brian, it's Doug. You got me?
Yes, sir, Doug. What's going on?
Hey, do you have an unfair advantage with as many wins as you have here?
I wish. It seems like I can win anywhere but this league, so we'll see what happens. I see a lot of people pitted, but we were just talking. I don't think we can make it on fuel, so going to go a few laps. Probably going to go to the back here, but you know what? I love it here. I love that outside lane. I've just been holding back right now, taking it easy to that comp caution.
Well, hopefully it pays off, man. It is long overdue to see you in victory lane in BRR competition, so hopefully tonight is the night.
That would be awesome. Yeah, I would really like it. Tough competition, though, so we'll see what happens.
Man, good luck tonight. Great to see you doing so well.
Thank you, Doug. Always appreciated what you do.
Brian Oshinska has a bunch of wins here at Talladega. Tonight could be the night. Good evening, Kevin. I'm quite sure Richie is probably paying attention to that on a TV or radio or something. Vern Spring having a great night tonight. Started on the pole for the first time. Currently running in second place, has been up toward the front pretty much since the drop of the green. Now we know AJ Godsey has had to use his fast repair trying to get a look at some of these other cars. Looks like Kevin may still have a bit of damage on the front of that car. I don't believe Mark Dantuma had very much, so looks like he did a manual repair, as did Michael Whiting. AJ Godsey, we know, had to use his fast repair. Looks like Brandon Springer manually repaired that car. Now, AJ has 2 wins in a row. He won last week in Vegas and the week before at North Wilkesboro. Looking to go 3 in a row, but using his fast repair this early in the race, and that's got to make you a little nervous. Lights are out. They stack back up for the restart. Sorensen and Spring on the front row. Brian Oshinska, Richie Joplin on the second. Larry Fairman, Aaron Mason on the third. Mike Smith, Gerald Poole, David Garman, and Eric Stoy round out your top 10. Sorensen will be in control of the restart. However, he does not want to get too far out front off the green. Otherwise, the rest of the field will come flying by him. Pace car is in. Sorensen in control. Here they come into the zone, and green flag is in the air. They will have the competition caution at lap 25. Likely see everybody in for 4 tires and fuel at that point. Things getting a little dicey up front here on the restart. David Gourmets on the attack. He is now up into 6th. Larry Fairman now up into 7th. Gourmets on the high side giving Aaron Mason a push. Aaron headed toward the front. Jeff Hinkle gets a bit of a run as they head off into turn one, jumps up to the high side. He has been up in that high line pretty much since the drop of the green. Albie Hewins has now moved up into the top 10, into 10th. Here comes that second group, led by Gerald Poole. Eric Stoy, Kevin Reed moving up the track as well. AJ Gaudsey had to go back to pit road. He is on his way back out. AJ probably going to lose a lap here. Now Brian Oshinska moving to the high line as well. Gets a little close with Sorensen. Richie Joplin currently sits in 3rd. Aaron Mason now in 4th. Aaron giving Brian a big push as they come toward the start-finish line. And Brian leads it at the start-finish line. Lead pack has a bit of a gap now on Jeff Hinkle, and Hinkle back to Heasley. Oshinska looks to the bottom. He is going to lead at the comp caution. Caution is out. The competition caution with Brian Oshinska at the front. Brian goes to the lead for the first time here tonight, looking for his first ever BRR win. Aaron Mason managed to work his way up into 2nd with that big push right before the caution after starting back in 16th. Big move by him. Drivers slowing down to let the pace car catch up. They are going so fast tonight, the pace car can't keep up. A lot of the cars appear to be having to stop. And a lot of the field just hit pit road. Oshinska now finally gets the pace car past, but he will have to stop. Next time by, that'll put him at the tail end of the field. AJ Godsey did manage to maintain the lead lap. And it looks like Jeff Hinkle is going to come off pit road with the lead for the time being. All the drivers can go from here 26 to 30 laps on a tank of fuel. Now the strategy comes into play. They don't know if another caution will come out, so they have to pay attention. They've got to try and conserve a little fuel, and they may have to make a green flag stop here. Vern Spring having a great run tonight, as we mentioned. Started on the pole, his first ever pole in BRR competition. Has been in the top 5 all night long. Rick Sargent did have that crazy save a little bit ago. Let's see if we can get a word. Hey, Rick, it's Doug. You got me?
Oh, yeah.
Hey, one heck of a save there early in the race.
Yeah, it got exciting quick.
You were way out of shape. What happened there to get you down there and make you save it like that?
There was a huge check up in front of me, so I had to get hard on the brakes, and the guy behind me kind of bumped into me a little bit, but I was able to save it, and I think the other car was okay too. So,
well, it all worked out, and you're back with the lead pack once again, man. Can you get it done here tonight?
Yeah, I'm gonna kind of just hang around here to the back to the about 10 to go, and then I'm gonna try to make my way to the front, do what we can do.
Well, luck is definitely on your side tonight, man. Great save, and good luck, buddy.
All right, thank you, Doug.
Rick Sargent, man, that was one heck of a save earlier in the race. Had that car completely sideways, managed to recover it. We'll see if he can keep that up, keep that luck going his way. Brian Oshinska did have to pit a lap later than everybody else. Michael Whiting did come back in to top off. So they will be at the back of the field. But don't count either driver out. Anything can happen. It is Talladega. And Oshinska has already worked his way to the front once tonight. And what do you say if on this restart we have a little fun? Let's crank up the volume, folks. Once the green flag drops, we are going to stop talking. You guys crank up the volume and hear all that horsepower going around the track. Get ready to crank it up. Jeff Hinkle leads them to the start-finish line. Green flag is in the air. Crank it up, everybody. Nothing better than cranking it up at Talladega. Jeff Hinkle back to the lead. Gourmets in second. Aaron Mason holds on to third. And they are side by side through the rest of the field. Brian Oshinska already starting to work his way back toward the front, up to 14th. Mark Dantuma also working his way forward. He is now up 6 spots into 12th. The outside line led by Jeff Hinkle seems to finally be coming together and finding some momentum. First half of this race, they really didn't have a ton of speed up on that high line. Now it appears that high line is really coming in. They've got some heat into the track, some tire rubber laid down, and they have some grip. Vern Spring leads that bottom line at the moment. Heart-stopping moment there is Larry Fairman got awfully close, and now Aaron Mason drops down to the bottom. He wants the lead. Vern pulls up to his bumper. Can Aaron get enough of a run on the bottom? Eric Stoig now behind Gourmets. That outside line still carries the momentum. Top four now in a bit of a single file run, trying to get a little space between them and fifth place Rick Sargent. Rick had that epic save earlier in the race, lost the lead pack, had no drafting help, then the caution came out, got back into the group, then the competition caution put him back into the fight. Rick now on maximum attack. But the bottom line, led by Aaron Mason, starting to move forward again. Hey, good evening, Kyle. Vern giving a big push. Oh no, Aaron gets turned. Can he save it? He does. Everybody splits and spreads out down the back straightaway. Great save by Aaron Mason. He holds on to it. Everybody stays together. Brandon Springer, though, may have lost the draft due to that checkup. Holy cow. Kyle, great, tell Aaron, that was one heck of a save. That was some great driving and great spotting by Aaron's spotter, Kyle. Holy cow. Brian Oshinska now leads that bottom line, 4 cars deep, but that outside line is substantially longer and has the momentum advantage at the moment. Nick Sorensen out of the draft with Kevin Reed. Brandon Springer about 2 seconds behind them. Aaron now to the back with AJ Gonsi. Still quite a few laps to go here. Watch as these drivers start to make their way back toward the front. Brian Oshinska on that bottom line push from Mark Dantuma. Even with these big spoilers on these cars, they do not have a ton of grip in them. They are constantly moving around. They have even less grip than the new next-gen cars. They move around a lot more. Let's ride around for a lap in Albie Ewan's car right behind Ricky Bobby. You see how much these cars are moving around. Even with that big spoiler, when you get right on somebody's bumper, you take the air off that spoiler. These cars just have zero grip. Plus the drivers having to, from time to time, to move out of line or back off the car in front. They have to keep an eye on those oil and water temps. You hear Albie feathering the throttle just a little bit. Gives himself some breathing room to cool the engine down. And again, we have to talk about that 62 car, Jared Heasley, a.k.a. Ricky Bobby. Last time Jared raced that car here, he won the race. Could he repeat it tonight? We got the announcement tonight that at the end of this season, Jared Heasley will step away from running BRR. After well over a year of running and tremendous growth, some hard decisions over that time, he has made this league grow exponentially. BRR is now 3.5 years old. Numerous leagues do not last that long, but that can be attributed to two people: Jared Heasley and the creator of BRR, AJ Godsey. AJ Godsey started this league back in July of 2020. Brought us all together and held on to the league, ran it for quite a while, then handed the reins over to Jared. Now Jared will be handing it over likely to Mark the Man Dantuma. With a great group of admins surrounding him, Mark Dantuma likely to take BRR to the next level. Brian Oshinska has a big push coming from Mark the Man Dantuma. After problems under the comp caution, Brian ended up at the tail end of the field and has fought his way back up into the lead. We mentioned it earlier, Brian has a bunch of wins here at Talladega and at Daytona. He knows how to get it done in this car on these plate tracks. Has yet to win a BRR competition. Could tonight be the night? They are 3 wide back behind. Rick Sargent stuck in the middle. The bottom line clears. Aaron Mason dropping to the back. Larry Fairman drops to the bottom. Everybody gets in line. Back to 2 wide. AJ Godsey currently sitting right behind Mike Smith, bringing up the tail of the field. Nick Sorensen, Kevin Reed, 8.5 seconds back. They really need a caution, as does Brandon Springer, who is even further back. Vern Spring currently sits in 3rd place, getting his first ever BRR pole here tonight. What an impressive run he has had this season. He was 9th in points before Las Vegas. He missed the race at Vegas, lost 7 positions, drops back to 16th in points, tied with 15th place Cody Kennedy. Vern will take that spot tonight and hopefully start marching his way back up into the playoff positions. Just 3 weeks away from the playoffs in BRR competition. The top 12 in points currently AJ Godsey with 3 wins this season, including 2 in a row. Mark Dantuma, Richie Joplin, Jeff Hinkle, Mark Nelson, Kevin Reed, Michael Whiting, Aaron Mason, Mike Smith, Gerald Poole, Brandon Springer, and David Garman currently. That outside line not moving at the moment, but it might move now. Jared Ricky Bobby Heasley now leads the outside line with the push from Jeff Hinkle and David Garman. He just wants to go fast. Now Hinkle going up to the high side leaves Jared out to dry in the sucker hole in the middle. Jared trying to get down to the bottom, but wow, stuck in the middle for the moment. Thanos lost a little bit of ground. Heasley can't get anywhere. Close call. Heasley into Rick Sargent. They're off track. Sargent in the wall. Heasley saves it. No caution, they stay out of the racing line. Let's take a look here from a different angle at what happened to Heasley. Heasley gets down into the middle. Hinkle goes up to the high side as the momentum goes by. Jared tries to drop back behind Thanos. Gets stuck in the middle. Eric Stoy up on the high side. Jared goes up. Gets into Aaron Mason. Mason bounces off the wall. Comes down. Jared collects Rick Sargent. Sargent sticks it in the wall. Heasley keeps going. Another great save by Aaron Mason as well as he stays up in 13th. Michael Whiting also lost the draft, as did Jared Heasley. Rick Sargent, Nick Sorensen together now with Kevin Reed. Brandon Springer way out of the draft. The drivers will need a fuel stop. Everybody last stopped on lap 26. Most of the drivers saying 26 to 30 laps on a tank of fuel here tonight. The lead pack has started to break up as well. David Garman in 8th has a 0.8 of a second gap on Gerald Thanos Poole back in 9th. That second line does appear to be single file and working together just a little bit better. May be able to reel the lead pack back in. But some of these drivers towards the back need a caution. everybody should be within the fuel window this time by. Could start seeing cars head to pit road. Brian Oshinska did pit a lap later than everybody else. But at this track, that extra fuel doesn't matter if you don't have some help. You've got to come to pit road with at least one other driver, preferably 3 or 4, so you can work together, get it back up to speed. That second pack is now pulled back up. Gerald Poole now to Garmin's back bumper. Eric Stoy, Mike Smith, AJ Godsey, and Aaron Mason all together. Michael Whiting has lost a lot of ground. Sorensen, Reed, Sargent, and Heasley all reconnected now. They will catch back up to Whiting, but they are 15 seconds now behind that lead pack. It's going to take some work to close back up on the lead pack, and with the impending fuel stops, anything could happen. Heasley drops. They have now collected Michael Whiting into this group. Sorensen to the front of the second pack. 15.9 seconds behind the lead pack at the moment. They are going to have to tighten it up and really work together to close that gap. But as soon as this lead pack starts to battle, that's when they will have that opportunity. And during that fuel stop, Albie Hewins has now made his way up into the top 5. And Mark Dantuma doing that from the back challenge, now up 16 spots into second place. And here we go. David Gorman is in. He brings Jeff Hinkle, Eric Stoy, Mike Smith, and AJ Godsey with him. Nick Sorensen and crew stay out. Brandon Springer is on pit road. Brian Oshinska now leads the lead pack. Gerald Poole has lost touch with him for the moment. Aaron Mason has also lost the draft. Oshinska and crew stay out. Eric Stoy leads the group coming back off pit road. Nick Sorensen leads the second pack at the moment. They are gaining on the leaders. Waiting to see when the leaders will come to pit road. It is not this time. And it does look like that lead pack, Gerald Poole, Aaron Mason are in. The lead pack about to catch up to Brandon Springer. Gerald Poole had a problem getting to pit road. Gerald hard on the brakes as he comes toward pit road, overshoots the entry into the grass, manages to save it. Heasley also has a problem. Heasley making the decision at the last minute. He doesn't make it. And here is the lead pack on pit road. Nick Sorensen also bringing his group in, had a problem. There's Sorensen leading Kevin Reed and Michael Whiting in. Sorensen just completely misses his braking point. Albie Hewins rolls off pit road. Here comes that other pack. Eric Stoy in the lead has taken over the race lead. "20 laps to go. Everybody is completing their pit stops. Sorensen and Reed both have long pit stops, likely penalized. Gerald Poole goes up the track. Thanos is going to lose a lap here. Everybody is back out on track. Still 15 cars on the lead lap. Lead pack at the moment: Eric Stoy, David Garman, Jeff Hinkle, AJ Godsey, and Mike Smith with the lap car of Gerald Poole just behind. Albie Hewins leads the second pack with Richie Joplin, Vern Spring, and Brian Oshinska. Larry Fairman just behind Kevin Reed at the moment. Larry currently in 10th. Aaron Mason not far behind in 11th. Rick Sargent all alone in 12th, but Michael Whiting closing in 13th. Heasley back in 14th with the push from Mark Dantuma in 15th. Gerald Poole, the first car, one lap down in 16th. Kevin Reed in 17th. Sorensen back in 18th, and Brandon Springer runs in 19th. Albie Hewins' second pack now 6 seconds behind the leaders. 18 laps to go. With the smaller packs, we're less likely to see a caution, but if the caution comes out, this field will tighten back up. Larry Fairman now connected with Kevin Reed. Aaron Mason still just got hooked up with Sorensen and Springer. Rick Sargent, Michael Whiting trying to close in as well. The field spread out significantly. This top 5 definitely do not want to see the caution, but the car right behind him, Gerald Poole, oh, he definitely wants to see the caution. He is the first car, one lap down, would get waved around. Stoy leading for the first time tonight. Worth noting, AJ Gotze, who has 2 wins in a row and is the points leader, currently sits back in 4th place in that lead pack. Now we do have the potential for 2 green-white checkers here tonight. If it comes down to the last lap battles, we could see a caution come out. Albie Hewins and crew now 5.5 seconds behind the lead pack and gaining. That group has Richie Joplin, Vern Spring, and Brian Oshinska. Larry Fairman and Kevin Reed. Larry's in 10th place, sits 10.25 seconds back. Aaron Mason, now hooked up with Sorensen and Springer in 11th, is 4 seconds back and gaining quickly on the 2 cars ahead. Rick Sargent, Michael Whiting, 12th and 13th, now 16 seconds behind. Heasley and Dan Tuma just over 9 seconds behind Sargent and Whiting, but they are gaining ground quickly. We could see several of these groups come together before the end of this one. And if this second pack grows, they could rapidly catch the leaders. But Eric Stoy and crew are gaining on lap traffic. That lap traffic will hop in line, make this lead pack even faster. And of course, if that caution comes out, anything could happen. Jared Heasley, Mark Dantuma just ahead of the lead pack. They desperately need the caution to come out. Preferably before Eric Stoy gets there, as Gerald Poole is the first car 1 lap down. He is in that lead pack. Albie Hewins and group are starting to lose time on that lead pack. Now 5.7 seconds back. They desperately want a caution here. Aaron Mason and crew, they are gaining ground on Larry Fairman and Kevin Reed. That will allow those 2 groups to make up even more time on the group ahead, but will they have enough time to close in and pick up positions? Kyle, undoubtedly with this pack stretched out like this, it is going to be very difficult for the group to get back together unless a caution comes out. As the leader goes by and puts Heasley and Dantuma a lap down. "10 laps to go at Talladega." With all these smaller groups right now, this very likely will not see another caution. And this top 5 may be the ones to battle it out for the win. Surprisingly, Gerald Poole moves up and drops to the back of that pack. Let's Heasley and Dan Tuma get by. Falls in line at the back. Heasley now jumping to the high side. He'll drop to the tail end of the lead pack. Eric Stoy has yet to win this season, only has one top 5. He has 3 top 10s out of 10 races, not Stoy's best season. Could tonight turn that around? Eric Stoy currently scored 14th in points behind Nick Sorensen by just 4 points. And behind Garmin, 10 points, just 10 points out of a playoff position. With the way this race is shaping up, if we go to the green to the end, this will definitely have a big impact on the points. Not only what we're seeing on track, but Mark Nelson came in tonight 5th in points, is not here tonight. That's what he gets for going to Hawaii without me. Eric Stoy in the lead, Garmy in second, Jeff Hinkle in third, AJ Godsey in fourth, Mike Smith in fifth. Richie Joplin leads that second pack, now 7 seconds behind the leaders, with Vern Spring, Oshinska, and Albie Hewins. Larry Fairman now has a group with Kevin Reed, Brandon Springer. Aaron Mason just behind with Nick Sorensen. Next time by, it will be 5 to go. Eric Stoy will have to start mirror driving, as things are likely to heat up in just a moment. 5 laps to go at Talladega. Thirteen cars left on the lead lap, but at the moment only 5 in contention for the win. Mike Smith is looking at his second top 5 of the season as they run. Currently sits in 5th. Jeff Hinkle came in tonight 4th in points, actually tied with Richie Joplin for 3rd. likely to move himself up into third tonight. And could be a huge points night for Eric Stoy, as Mark Dantuma has put himself in 14th place on the high side, hoping for a caution here late in the race that could put him back in contention. The 3 lap cars in that lead pack now move up top. That second pack led by Richie Joplin, now 7.5 seconds back. Aaron Mason leads that third pack, but they are 17.5 seconds behind the second pack. 2 laps to go. With those lap cars on the high line, that is going to prevent AJ and Mike from making a move. AJ in that 5 car looking for his 3rd consecutive win of the season. Eric Stoy and David Garman now put a couple of car lengths between them and Jeff Hinkle. Hinkle now unable to go anywhere. And across the line, they get the white flag. We will not see a caution one more time around. Can Eric Stoy hold on for his first win of the season? Garmin sitting right on his bumper, the lap cars on the high side. Hinkle, AJ, unable to make a move. Through 3 and 4, here comes Eric Stoy. Garmin is yet to make a move. They go through the tri-oval, Garmin not moving. Eric Stoy is going to do it. He wins at Talladega. David Garman comes home in second. Jeff Hinkle will pull off third. AJ Godsey comes home fourth. Mike Smith finishes fifth. Let's talk to our top 3, starting with Jeff Hinkle. Jeff, that was a pretty tame third place finish.
Yeah, we all worked together and decided we were going to stick with each other throughout the whole race. So and plus those lap cars were on our outside. There's not much we could do.
Yeah, I did mention that they got to the high side getting a run there, and it prevented you and AJ and Mike from being able to do much of anything.
Yeah, but that's okay. We're happy with the way we executed the pit strategy and all of that. So pretty happy with how it went.
Well, that will move you up to third in points, and another great run. Just continue to have those consistent runs all season long.
Yep, sounds good. Thanks.
All right, buddy.
All right.
Jeff Hinkle comes home third. Garmin comes home in second. Garmy, a second place finish, another top 5, and a great podium tonight.
Yeah, not bad with the Ford in the middle of a bunch of Chevys, right?
I was about to say, it's pretty impressive the Ford even made it to the end.
No, man, that was a good race, well executed by all. At least the top 5. We were all working together, and we pretty much decided however we were going to come out of those pits is how it was going to be, and we weren't going to fight it because we lost that other group in the draft. So we just coordinated, made a plan, and stuck to it and went at it. So It's not me getting second place. It's not Eric. It's all of us. We got this, and we all needed the point. So
Well, it definitely paid off. All of you that needed the points definitely got a lot of them tonight, and a huge help to Stoy tonight as well. So big, big night for that group.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I wish these were just like that all the time.
Well, great job tonight, buddy. Congratulations. And finally, Eric Stoy pulls off his first win of the season. Stoy boy, a long overdue first win of the season, man. Congratulations.
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, it's very long time overdue, but could not done it without this team. It's without them that would have never happened.
It definitely was a lot of teamwork, and normally you'd be watching your mirror very, very closely that last 5 laps, but from what Garmin and Hinkle said, you pretty much knew after your pit stops you had the win.
Yeah, we just decided that just finishing like that rather than someone got loose and wreck each other. Like, I mean, who knows if one of them would have passed me, that'd been okay. Like, we would have all finished as a team, which that's why I all stopped at the line for right there at the end.
And it definitely pays off for the playoffs. Just 3 more races to go. A lot of short tracking. That's going to put you up there close to Garmin, Springer, and Gerald. So you're going to be in contention for the playoffs.
Yeah, I'm going to work at it. I mean, well, I don't know what the next track is, but hey, I'm going to put some laps in and try to make my way to the front.
Well, man, a great job. Congratulations. Great win and a big points night.
Hey, thank you, Doug.
Eric Stoy gets the job done. His first win of the season. A huge shakeup in the points as well. A lot of excitement going on tonight. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Don't forget to come back tomorrow night at 8:30 Eastern. Jones BS Racing winter season continues and a lot more going on. Make sure you're following on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, and YouTube. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Hope y'all had as much fun as we did. Have a great night, everybody.